Hi guys, welcome back to another TikTok video. If you are new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love, the support. I cannot take all this kind gesture for granted. My returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. All right, lovelies, let's get into it. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where this woman actually came for child free by choice, and she actually get cancelled with a lot of child free by choice women. Like, she even went ahead to say that this child free by choice women just often come and tell them that they are so happy, they are living their life, but meanwhile they are so frustrated without kids. Like, are you kidding me right now, guys? I was just able to put up some stitch as well as other stitches from child free by choice because they actually came for her, and after which she ended up losing her account. Guys, all right, let me just roll the clip. Please just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying on this channel. So just watch, subscribe if you've not done that already, share this video. Leave me your own thoughts in the comment section, and let's get into it.
This trend of childless by choice women who are ranting about how great their life is without children and how crappy they think it would be with children.
Tell you the answer in the easiest, shortest way possible, because we fucking want to. We want to talk about this. We want to talk about that women's only purpose on earth is not to just have children. But let me go into the rest of your video really quick. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
When I see videos of women trying to convince themselves and other people that they made the right choice, it just doesn't sit well with.
Oh no, you poor thing. Does your tummy hurt now? Here's a tip. Just scroll. Something doesn't sit well with you, just scroll. And I don't think we're trying to convince ourselves. We know we made the right choice for us. Like we know. We literally.
This trend of childless by choice women who are ranting about how great their life is without children and how crappy they think it would be with children.
Hey, Vancouver mama, I would have loved to have helped you answer this question, but you didn't properly stitch me, so I never got tagged, and then all of your comments are off for some weird reason. I'll tell you the answer in the easiest, shortest way possible, because we fucking want to. We want to talk about this. We want to talk about that women's only purpose on earth is not to just have children. But let me go into the rest of your video really quick. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
When I see videos of women trying to convince themselves and other people that they made the right choice, it just doesn't sit well with.
Oh no, you poor thing. Does your tummy hurt now? Here's a tip. Just scroll. Something doesn't sit well with you, just scroll. And I don't think we're trying to convince ourselves. We know we made the right choice for us. Like we know. We literally know. But anyways, let's continue.
Me and trying to act like motherhood is so awful when it's
for you. It's not awful for you. That's what you meant to say. Motherhood isn't awful for you. For us, people who don't want kids, it would be fucking awful. To me, it's quite literally my worst nightmare. I would rather watch paint dry than raise a child. I would rather take care of 1,000 animals before raising a child. I'd rather listen to nails on a chalkboard wake me up every single morning than raise a child. So motherhood is not awful. You're right. As long as the person wants to be a mother. Wow. Deep stuff. I know. Deep stuff. Let's continue.
And we're very happy. Is it exhausting? Yes. But you know what? Our life is incredible and we wouldn't change it for the world. So instead of trying to convince yourself that you made the right choice, just go live your life.
So kind of like how you made this video to convince yourself you made the right choice? Like, tell me how this is any different. Some of us make child-free content because we grew up not thinking it would even be an option to be child-free. Some of us grew up being told that the only way we would be worth anything is if we had children. Some of us grew up thinking we were really fucking weird because we never had this desire to have children and we were just waiting for it and it just doesn't come. So many women out there literally just had kids because they thought that that's what they were supposed to do. So just like there's people who make recipes on here on this app, people who talk about travel on this app, that's usually what I talk about, and how people talk about all sorts of different topics on this app, this is just another one of those topics. And if it hurts your little tummy and doesn't sit well with you, just scroll. I hope this helped answer your questions. Bye.
My shirt is wrinkled, but we're gonna pretend like it's not. Secondly, please go watch the entire video of the creator who I stitched. She was very clear on her point. I too am a member of the Fuck Them Kids Club. And yes, I am a mom of one. One thing about society gonna bully you into making a decision and then further bully you after making that decision. If you have a kid, it's, oh, you're such a bad mom because now you have to work, you have to send your kid to daycare, or you have to send your kid to family and friends to watch them while you work. You're not there enough. Then, if you have a child and you're a stay-at-home mom, you're lazy. Why do you need more help? Why do you want a nanny? You don't even do anything all day. And if you don't have children, you're selfish as fuck. Ladies, young, middle-aged, or old, do what the fuck you want to do with your body, your time, and your money. I am the only one in my immediate friend group that has a child, and I tell my friends all the time, I'm so proud of you. Do not have a child unless you get all the things that you want in terms of having a child, whether it be the husband, the money, the feeling like you've done everything that you want to do in your life. Do not settle and have a kid because society's pushing you to do so. Fuck a biological clock, fuck all of that. Do what you want to do, because if you do have a kid, no one will be there with you to help you raise that kid. All the people with these opinions, they're not going to be there when shit hits the fan, when your mental health is declining, your physical health is declining, when you almost died during childbirth, when after 6 weeks you got to go back to work and act like you didn't just have a life-altering situation in your life. No one will be there but you, your partner, and whomever else is in your life, in your circle. Don't let society push you into doing something you don't want to do.
Do not want that for your life. I love my child more than the air that I breathe. And I'm here to tell you, fuck these kids. Don't do it. The hype is not a real. Misery loves company, and these bitches are miserable. That's why they're trying to convince y'all to have kids. If you don't want kids, don't do it. If you do want kids, maybe think twice. Before anybody says anything, my kids chill as fuck. I don't hate being a mom. I just know it's not for everyone, okay? I miss my freedom and I miss my money, okay? Kids will suck you fucking dry. I've aged 10 years in 1 year having a fucking kid. It ain't for everybody.
Children are a gift. They are a blessing. And as a mother, I am telling you, don't do it. Run. It's a trap.
This trend of
As a divorced mom of 4, I can completely support women that choose not to have children. Having children is expensive, it's time consuming, it ages the fuck out of you. I'm 47 and I feel like I'm 87 some days. I can't just get up and go do what I want to do. I have to plan everything. Finding childcare is expensive, especially in a situation like mine where I have 2 girls that are on the spectrum, so I can't just leave them with anybody. And I have my kids 75% of the time, so that's 5 days out the week, and I have them most weekends, so if I want to go somewhere, I have to pay for it. Some people don't want to be moms or dads, and that's fine. Why are we trying to shame people into having children they don't want? It doesn't make sense. It's with all these, and then it's if they want to, if they decide to change their mind, there's so many children in foster care that need good homes. I completely support women that don't want to have children. There's nothing wrong with it. It's this isn't back in the day, and everybody's not meant to be a mom, and that's fine. And I appreciate people that stand in their truth, and they know they're hey, I'm not cut out for this motherhood shit. And it's a good thing if that's what you want, but everybody doesn't want that, and it is totally fine. I am here for it. I am here for these young women that are choosing not to have children, not to get married. They have other things that they want to do in life. It's I just don't understand why people are so bothered by women choosing not to have children and or not get married.
Y'all know how on Twitter there's often a thing where people talk about what they should be doing with their vaginas or not. And it becomes this back and forth between people, especially women with vaginas, who just have to discuss about this. This kind of reminds me of that. It's like when moms decide they want to make content responding to women without children. I think it's fascinating that you can make content in response to either or no, and it will never stop. That's the most interesting part about social media, right? Is that we have this capacity, this urge, this need to have to express our opinion. And I'm a participant of that too, by the way. But it's kind of part and expected when it comes down to content creating. What content are you choosing to create? What eyes may it attract?
It's not a trend, it's a lifestyle. Why are you so triggered about a woman not having children and having a good life? Why are you so pressed to convince them that it's not a fulfilling life? Are you regretting having children? Before you say anything, I'm a mother and a feminist as well. Women have the right to have any kind of life they want. And I'm encouraging every childless woman to vlog about their lifestyle. Show to the young generation that they don't have to be mothers if they don't want to. That's what feminism is. Not everyone is wired to be a mother. And I'd rather a woman choosing not to be a mother than to be a bad one. I'd rather that, because there are like so much suffering out here already. You don't need to bring one into life because you want to prove that you have a fulfilling life. Vlog about a childless life, my sisters. Because there are so many blogs about being a mother, so many pages about motherhood. Create more pages about not having children and having a fulfilling life. I want to see more of this. I'm a mother, and I know the sacrifice that it takes. And I always wanted to be a mother. And I always imagine somebody who doesn't want this. It'll be just a nightmare. Don't have children if you don't want to. You have all the right to do not have. Thank you.
When I turned 24, I was very disappointed to find out that I was not married and I did not have children, because my high school plan was to get married by 24, have kids by 25. I grew up Christian conservative in the South, in the Bible Belt. And I thought that's how my life was going to go. I was going to graduate college, I was going to be married, and I was going to have kids. And then I was going to die, I guess. But now I am 29. I will be 30 in a couple of months. And I do not want kids anymore. I'm not sure that I even want to get married. I don't know if there is a community of those people out there that grew up thinking that they were going to get married and have kids and now have chosen not to do any of that. But if you're there, you're not alone, because I am single. I live in a city. I have a great job. I have 2 cats, which are enough children for me. And I love my childless life. I'm not saying that children wouldn't fulfill something in my life, but currently there is not a hole available. Like a hole in my heart, you know? It's completely filled by my own selfish desires. And by selfish, I mean going to therapy, focusing on myself, doing things for me, learning what I like and who I am. The responsibility of a child is a lifetime, is permanent, right? Just like abortion. And I am allowed to make that choice if I want children or not. And currently I do not. And that's okay. And I'm allowed to take up as much space on TikTok and social media and Instagram as anyone else, especially moms with children. I am so happy for my friends who have kids and are married and chose that life. That's great. I love it for them. And they love the single life for me, right? Because that is my own journey. And I'm allowed to talk about that and take up as much space as moms with kids online or parents with kids online. I love that we are taking up space online and that we are talking about single, childless lives. Because I think there are a lot of people and women and girls who think that that's not okay. And it totally is. I get to make my life whatever I want it to be, and I don't have that responsibility of children because I have enough responsibility. God forbid I be happy.
On and on to say more problematic things. Other people have stitched her entire video if you want to hear her whole rant. I wanted to do the same, but her account's already been banned, but I'm still going to give my 2 cents. So first of all, people who have chosen not to have children tend to prefer the term child-free as opposed to childless. And the vast majority of us have no issue with other people being mothers, with other people choosing to have children and being fulfilled by their choices. That's fine. We are just on here talking about how we are fulfilled by not having children. We've decided not to, and this is why we're enjoying it. And you, if you're secure with the choices you have made, should not be threatened by that. So it makes me wonder, are you happy with the choices you made? Because you are saying that we are trying to convince ourselves that we are happy by choosing not to have children. Yeah, if you're secure with your decisions, you should not be threatened by child-free women coming on this platform or anywhere else and taking up space to find community and talk amongst each other about their decisions. Talking about why they chose to be child-free, why they're happy with their decision, how their life is better, and how it would be less fulfilled if they had had children, because that's their personal choice. We're happy for you if you found fulfillment in being a mother and your choices. Why can't you be happy for us? We live in an uber pro-natalist society, and a lot of people don't recognize that. From the day we are born, especially women, but men too, have been pushed to procreate. Women have been taught that our whole existence, our entire value depends on our ability to make babies, to be a good wife, to be a good mother, to be a caretaker. It is not even easy necessarily to recognize that you don't want to have children. And if you do, to literally make the choice not to, because our society tells us that that is not acceptable. I made a post where there was hundreds of comments of women saying that they regretted their choice to have children. So even if you love being a mother and you have found fulfillment and you knew since day one you wanted to be a mother, you should applaud women that recognize that they don't want that. It's not easy. If someone doesn't want to have children, they shouldn't fucking have children. And I will unabashedly say being child-free is kick-ass. It was the right choice for me. And I look at other people with children and go, I'm glad I didn't choose to do that. How dare us child-free women on here find community with other people who've also possibly been ostracized by friends and family? How dare us put our faces out there and our ideas out there where other young women might be able to hear and see us and realize that they can live a fulfilling life without kids?
Okay, I'm a mom of an 18-month-old toddler. Being a parent's not for everyone, okay? My husband and I had him on purpose. Like, timing wasn't planned, but we wanted kids, so here we are. We have kids. It's not for everyone. You're entitled to a child-free life. You're not entitled to a child-free world, so don't be an asshole when you go to a restaurant and there's kids there. You're not entitled to a child-free world. If you want to go to a child-free restaurant, go to a child-free restaurant, go to a bar. You're entitled to a child-free life, not a child-free world. Big difference. Don't bitch on planes. Children exist in the world. They become adults. You were once a child. But being a parent doesn't it's not this thing that just instantly makes you happy. If anything, I became a mom and then I was the most depressed I've ever been in my life. I had more days where I just sat and cried after I became a parent than before. It's not for everyone. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not easy on a relationship. You have to constantly be relearning who you are as an individual, who you are as a wife or a partner. You're constantly relearning what your roles are. If you're co-parenting with someone in the same house, or if you're in a different house, I can't even imagine how that would work. Literally my husband and I every single day are hey, okay, he's started doing this now. So can you take on this? Or can you do this? Can we split it this way? Every single day, it's something new. You do learn how to communicate really, really effectively with your partner, but it can also destroy your relationship. It's not for everyone. And I don't understand this guilty mom thing where moms are like, why are you making child life or having a child look like it's the worst thing ever? Because it's not great. My life got significantly worse after I had a baby, right? My life is great now. I love him, but I don't have a job because I literally didn't make enough money to put him in daycare and I worked remotely. So I had to quit my job, and it's really hard to find another job making enough money to put him in daycare in my field. So, this is my life now. For the next 5-6 years, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom, and that's fine, but it's not for everyone. And that's okay.
So I thought I would hop on this. Yeah, I'm child-free, and I'm loving life. Listen, I had my son. I love him. But the situation was really bad. I was in an abusive relationship. His sperm donor was incapable of being a father, let alone take care of himself. He was a drug addict, and he was abusive to me. I had my son in the beginning of the pandemic. Could have no one over here and to help me take care of him. I also had severe postpartum depression to the point where I didn't even want to hold my newborn. I'm 35 years old. The odds of me finding a man, getting engaged, married, and having a baby in the next 5 years? Unlikely. I'm actually going to go get a tubal ligation and get my tubes taken care of. So I have no more kids. Because I'm on my couch now after sleeping in on a Saturday, relaxing, quiet. I could never do that with a kid. I could never go on a spontaneous cruise if I have a kid. I could never go on vacation. I could never say, I'm going to go to this area today and go shopping and leave my apartment. Can't do that if you have a kid. So yes, I'm enjoying my child-free life. Do I love kids? Absolutely. Do I love babies? Yes. Do I want one? No. Yes and no. Child-free life is for me, and I don't regret it, and I don't feel bad about it.
With this trend of moms who make money off of their kids on Facebook and go on rants about how happy they are being mothers. You see how silly you sound? It's the same thing. Baby girl, you think that you're too important to us. Cause see, our content as child-free content creators, it's not for you. It's for other child-free people. Because every time there's a child-free character on a show or a child-free character in a book, they end up having a baby. So it's up to us to create those narratives and those success stories for ourselves. Because you know what? The patriarchy, they don't want this. Choosing to not be a mother is the most radical thing that you can do to completely remove patriarchal control from your life. That is why we are not afforded the privilege as women in a society, as mothers are. Now, if you enjoy being a mother, again, this video, no hate to any other mothers. This is addressing that creator. Also, Vancouver Mama, I'm going to assume that you're in Canada. Do you know what's happening in the US right now? A lot of states are trying to get rid of birth control. It is up to us to talk about how our lives are happy and our lives can be successful and that not every woman has to be a mother, because we might lose that right. I'm going to put it in perspective with you. Imagine when you really wanted to have your kids, the government came in and said, no, you're not allowed to have your kids. That is exactly how it feels to us as child-free women to have the right to birth control and abortion being slowly stripped away. But what you're really mad about is that we don't fit your narrative. What is going on in your house that you are so miserable that you have to go seek out child-free content and then rant about it? Like, what about it triggers you so hard? Because let me tell you, the best mothers and the happiest mothers and the mothers I know that love their children the most fully support the child-free community. So there's something going on deep within you. And I think it's being not automatically given social status and privilege because you have a child. We're taking the worth away from your womb. Because 20 years ago, you'd get a lot of attention and praise simply for doing something that most people on the planet do. And now that's not happening anymore. And you're all like, where's my attention? It's gone, baby. It's gone.
you should have a child because you want to have a child. There could be an 18-year-old girl who finds my content and realizes, oh my god, I don't have to be a mother. That is whom our content is for. It is not for you. Stick to like diaper genie content in your lane.
Go back and watch the original video. The person she stitched is going on about how fulfilling motherhood is and blah 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 blah. And she's just counter arguing, and that's fine, you know, whatever. But I just wanted to put in my 2 cents as a mother of almost 3. I'm currently building a person right now. And this shit sucks. Pregnancy sucks. Right now, I am 31 weeks along, and I'm about a whopping 5 weeks away from having myself sliced and diced open to bring out a whole nother person that, I'll be honest, I didn't really intend to make. And this shit's hard. I have sensory issues, and I'm constantly being touched out from the inside. Not to mention I have 2 others, 6 and 3. And my 3-year-old is highly medically complicated. She was born at 26 weeks. She spent 10 months in the hospital. She spent more time in the hospital than she did inside of me. And while I was in NICU, I met a ton of people who really probably shouldn't have ever had kids if they weren't equipped to deal with medically complicated kids. See, the problem is that you're not guaranteed a healthy pregnancy. You're not guaranteed a healthy baby. So why would you ever want someone who is not up to the task for a completely neurotypical healthy child to raise an autistic child, a medically disabled child? My daughter is trach dependent. And you want to know how many children have died on my trach parents support group? So much so that I had to delete the fucking support group because it gives me so much anxiety. And then not to mention the fact that having my kids gave me more anxiety, and I already was diagnosed with panic disorder. I love my kids. I would never trade them for anything. But this shit is hard, and it's not for everybody. And what they don't tell you is the fact that it changes your life fundamentally. It changes your brain fundamentally. And now all I do is sit here and worry about incurable childhood illnesses and all the things that could go wrong with this one, and the fact that my uterus could rupture if I go into labor right now. It is hard, and it is not okay for mothers to harass childless people.
Like, seriously, lovelies, I am just talking from my own perspective. I am a mom. And let me just tell you the truth. It is not easy. It is not easy being a mother. Like, you just have to forget about yourself. You just have to forget about everything you like. You just have to, as in, being a mom is something that's, okay, that is, I say, it's so fulfilling, but come to think of it, it's something that has to do with being able to do it as a mom. Like, it's something that you're willing to do, because if you're not willing to do it, if you're not willing, or something that you have to talk to yourself, it's something that you have to like come to a compromise that you actually want to be a mom, seriously, you are going to be frustrated on the way, because it's actually not easy being a mom. Like, you get so frustrated if it's just something you plan to do. Just have a baby if you want to do that. Have a child if you want to do that. Give birth to babies if it's something that you know you can cope. But if you know you cannot cope having children, if you know you cannot cope having your mini-me, oh my goodness, it's something that's frustrating. Like, sometimes I will just want to go to somewhere, be chill out with friends, but I won't be able to do that. I miss all of those kind of thing. Like, I won't be able to go out with my friends. Okay, I'll just choose to go out with my kids because I want them to, like, going out with your kids and all of that. You just end up, trying to place them first before placing yourself. Like, they practically comes first. They actually come first before anything in your life. Like you have to give up your career, your education, just for you to raise them to some certain extent. That's why it's as if some, some women that is of age bearing that have their children tend to like focus on raising kids, after which, okay, before they go back to building their careers and all of that, they are now getting older. And that is why if you see a lot of stay-at-home mom too is having these problems, because they tend to like raise kids and forget about themselves. They tend to like raise kids and forget about that their own career. They also need to be their own career, but they focus more on growing those kids and trying to make those kids to be a better version of them. And this, men do not even take as in, you cannot even point out what a man does in this aspect, because what he does is just to go out there, provide for the family, and that is it. He keeps on building his own career, he keeps on building his own future. But you as a woman, your own future, you just stay there as a stay-at-home mom raising kids and all of that. And that's why sometimes when I see most of all these men like tend to like bring misunderstandings with their wives, like telling them that, okay, I provide and you are just home lazing around. Like, this is something that this woman have sacrificed a lot. She has sacrificed her whole life, her whole strong age, like, that time that she was supposed to use it to build herself, she's using it to raise your kids and her kids. So any woman or any man that sees maybe a childbearing woman, or that have a wife who decided to have a child for him or her, for him, please treat your woman right, because it's not easy. It's not easy giving up all of this just because you want to raise a child for both of you, not even your own child. But if you as a woman, you want to have kids, just do this because you yourself personally, you're doing it for yourself. You don't do it because of a man, or because it's something that's but because you might get disappointed when these people will not use it against you. So it all depends on the kind of thing, because there are a lot of responsible guys out there that supports a woman. And this is why people encourage maybe stay-at-home mom to, start doing things for themselves. You can just start do something from home and all of that. So let's go back to the child free by choice for women. If you know you're child free, enjoy yourself. You have all of the time. You like you are free. You can go for any vacation. You can build your career, make a lot of money, go anywhere you want to go without anyone disturbing you or obstructing your movements. But in another scenario of a child, like women that want to have kids, having kids does not actually mean that your career, your whatever is is in pause. You can actually have kids when you also do this, but it's gonna be a very stressful one. And if you are someone that you cannot combine having kids and chasing your careers and all of that, please do not do that. If you know you don't want to do this, do not do it, because it's something that is very, very time taking, time consuming, and it's often put you into depressions and all of that. But if you know you're this kind of person, a strong woman, you can choose to have one child. And that's for people that's confused if they want to have baby or not, or trying to like me as a person. I know that raising kids is so like it's something that's very stressful, but everything comes with a plan, and with time these kids will just try to grow up and become independent. That's why it's very, very good to start teaching your kids how to be independent from the start, so that it will weigh you two down. Like there are some women that, okay, because they're having kids and all of this, their life just becomes so pot, like they just pause their life. You can, after having your kids, they turn to maybe, it all depends on when you want to start having kids. That's why it's very, very encouraging. When you want to have kids, you can have kids in a younger age. Like, I don't know, it all depends on you. So when you have these kids in a younger age, then before they're up to like 15 years, you're done raising them. They can just fend for themselves, go to school and live in school, then you will continue with your life. You can maybe have one. But anyway, everybody with their own. But and I am not supporting this woman actually came for child free by choice because of the internet thing. There are a lot of people that made bad decisions. There are a lot of young people that made bad decisions. Like a lot of them think they want to have kids. They end up having the kids and giving up for adoption. Why a lot of them just want to have it. So she coming for this women is out of it. But she ended up banning her account and all of that. Guys, just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section on what you think of this video. And do not forget that this channel does not support any form of violence. We're just here for educational purposes, guys. Leave me your own thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel if you've not done that already. Like this video, share. And I will see you lovelies when I upload my next video. And if you have watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And don't forget to, like this video, click on the share button. Like, sharing this video is very, very important. Like, share this video. And if you have not subscribed up to this extent, please, why not subscribe? Like, share. And I will see you lovelies when I upload my next video.